Hi, I'm Rich from DOGSTATE. You're watching Metal to the Masses.
Ricky here, Metal to the Masses 2016, the London, and I'm here with Rich from DOGSTATE. How you doing?
Hey, mate, you alright?
Pretty good, pretty good. We're in the depths of Nambucca, we're hidden away. I suppose let's start with how did DOGSTATE form? Where did it all begin?
We formed about 3 years ago. We were all playing in different bands, doing the circuit, and when those bands kind of split, we had a main idea of who we'd like to get in to make this great rock and roll band. And just by chance we bumped into a few of them in the studio, and that's where it took off. We were hearing people play, we were going down to see people, we were approaching people, and that's how we formed the band.
So how would you describe your sound to people who haven't heard you?
I'd say the sound is a blues narrative with a heavy rock riff and a punk attitude.
Interesting sound. So what material do you have at the moment?
Well, at the moment we've been gigging hard for the last year and a half. We've done over 100 shows in support of our album called Let It Loose.
I'm a proud owner of that. By the way, I recommend it.
Play it loud.
Yeah.
And people can get it down on SoundCloud, or they can come down to us on Facebook, and we'll happily get them a copy if they want.
How does a track come about for you guys? How does it form? Is it, we want to have a song that sounds like this, or does it evolve into something different? Or what's your process?
A lot of arguing.
Not fights, hopefully.
No, how does it, well, people come in with different things, different riffs, maybe come in with a bit of lyrics, we have a jam, the ideas spark off like that. We've had on this album, we had a whole load of songs, and we had some lyrics that were based on it, but a lot of them were kind of based on, you know, the riots that happened in London at the time.
Yeah.
We were going down to rehearse, and we got to King's Cross where our studio is, and people were coming up to us and saying, you know, how do I get to Croydon? How do I get to Brixton? What's going on there? And then we were watching it on TV, just thinking, shit, what's this? So we wrote a couple of tunes there. One of them's a story of a guy who goes out on a date. It's a true story actually. He went out on a date with a girl, and his first ever date with a girl, they went out and they got involved in looting. And, and they didn't actually loot much, but they actually got banged up in jail. I mean, that's
that's material for.
So we thought, well, that makes a good story.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So we're here at Metal to the Masses.
That's right.
How did you hear about the competition? How did you get involved?
I'm involved with the competition from before, in the fact that I'm actually an audience member. So Metal to the Masses, when it was down at the Bowtell, we used to come back from gigs, and we were playing up north, we'd come back, and we'd always pop in because it was just such a big party atmosphere, such a good vibe. You know, people talk about the scene. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't actually see anything more than better than that actually. People really involved, really up for it.
There really is like a big community around this competition that brings out a lot of people from across London and out
Well,
wherever.
I think the fact that you're being judged by your peers, you're not some tosspot like Simon Cowell, or do you know? You're actually you're being judged by other musicians, people, gig goers, etc.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Did you seen? Obviously, you mentioned that you attended last year. How have you seen it, the competition evolve? Because I've seen it introduce more things like obviously more interviews, radio play, incentive to win. How do you think?
Well, it's what you were saying. It's actually become a community in itself. I mean, you've got videos, you've got sponsorship, you've got competitions. There's judges plus there's audience votes. Then you've got the whole thing with Circle Pit. So it's not just bands. Oh, you're out, you didn't get through. There's actually bands that didn't get through, but they were really good, and they get called back as well. And I think that's fundamental to building a healthy rock scene. Is that people that don't quite get there immediately are actually followed and actually invited back. And I'm sure, knowing Mick is such a champion of the scene, I know for a fact that when he sends out the email at the start of the competition, he actually sent it to the bands that were all in it before, bands that he's seen. It's fantastic. For us, for our band, it's an opportunity for us to be seen by the audience here on a Sunday night. We'd happily play here every Sunday to that audience.
Great.
It's packed, The banter is legendary. But for us to be able to get to the festival, that would mean everything to us. We'd be able to kick down doors for everyone. Honestly, we got there, we would kick the door down. There was a whole load of bands, especially here in London. A lot of other towns where we play, we see very talented, very talented.
Competition. What do you think?
Fantastic.
You've seen so far?
That's outrageous. Some of the musicianship is outrageous. Absolutely.
I suppose final note, so if someone hasn't seen your band live, you're playing in the quarterfinals. What would you say to someone who
March the 13th, come down.
Definitely, there you go. What would you say to someone who hasn't seen your band or heard you play?
I would say live, we are devastating live. We, on average, we play 100 odd shows a year. We know it inside out. We're front and foremost hellbound rock and roll. That's what we say. It says it on our t-shirts. That is exactly what we do. We take no prisoners. Come down, you're going to have a really good time. You're going to see great bands. Come down, see us, check us out. Come down, check out the competition. It's a great night, absolutely great night.
On that note, Rich, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck. So there's some snazzy shoes you got there, Rich. Give us some butchers.
Check them out, man. Correspondence.
It's all part of the.
It's all part of the game, isn't it, man? You got to look the part. You're going to be rock and roll. You got to be look the part.
loose and unleash the monster inside. This season's good a place to